How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Trials and Tribulations. I believe I was having a little trouble remembering where I left off. I thought I was supposed to present, but no, I remember. I pressed this statement, and there were two options, and I chose one of them, and that didn't get me anywhere, so I need to press it again and choose the other one, so yeah. I really do like recording this game. I am very glad I'm playing one of these again. Because like I've said before, whenever I play Phoenix Wright, that's when I always get really far ahead with recordings, because I get into the story and I get into the game and I play it a lot because I want to know what's going to happen, and I record a bunch, and I record like every day, and that's when I get far ahead and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, I chose this, but this time I'm going to choose this. It seems stupid, like, I don't know why that's relevant, but yes, I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall, that way no one can get behind you. That's it? That's the at-me fighting style. Well, Mr. Wright, what about that testimony? Wait, is it? Okay, this, what does that have to do with... Are we actually going somewhere with this, or are you fucking around? What's happening? Right. Yes. Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out. What the hell? Did that actually get me nowhere, or... What? Really? Does his back to the wall have to do with something? Oh, he got hit in the back of the head, didn't he? Actually, do we know where exactly, what part of his head got hit? Could have been the side. I guess... But the thief's blow landed upon my third eye. Okay, well clearly I should present something on that statement. Should I present the shish? Since it's the weapon? But I mean, is there a reason? Well, it does say to the back of the head, but how can we know that? I don't recall every single detail, but that seems the most likely. Detective Adme, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards. What fun this is, Sir Lawyer. It is truly a pleasure to cross swords with you. And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armored feet. I believe this is what you said yesterday. I'm giving him a different voice today, too, aren't I? That's not the same voice as I did before. No, the coward must have wormed his way in through somewhere besides the door. It was close to that. Then my arch-nemesis struck me on the head from behind. I could just, like, watch the old videos and see what the voice was, but I don't care. From behind, huh? But just now you testified that he struck you on the forehead. Did he? He said my third eye. I didn't know what that meant. I just thought he was being stupid. I hardly think you could forget where you were hit on the head. I think that's actually a pretty easy thing to forget. If you just get hit on the head and then you get knocked out, you'd probably wake up, you're like, whoa, I just got hit on the head. You might not remember the specifics. Detective Adme, that's not the only strange part of your testimony. What do you mean by that? For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help with security. Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad. That's wrong. Whoa. Whoa. That was like fucking, alright. Objection! Like, that was, alright, yeah. That's basically kind of the voice I was giving him, as close as I could get to that anyway. To err is human, to forgive divine. Humans aren't machines. They have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate, and yes, they even make mistakes. Hey, hold on, it's not as pretty as that. Whoa, why was that like, that was pitch black. Really? What is it like then? What is it like then? My emphasis was on the wrong syllable. Always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules. This is it. This might just be my chance to turn things around. All from the at-me fighting style. It actually led into this. I'm asserting that the defense... I assert that... well, What, this Mr. At-me is a fake? Wouldn't that be interesting? Mr. At-me is mask to mask? Entirely possible, or at least the one who did this particular crime, even if he's not the full mask. Mr. Atme is no ace detective. I'd love to say it, but I don't think that's relevant. So I'm going to go ahead and answer this one. Since we're saying that so early, it's making me feel like it's not true. Because in Phoenix Wright, the most obvious and most suspicious person is the one who did it. Whoa! That was weird looking. Every single time. So as soon as I saw this guy, I immediately said, yeah, he did it. But I've been giving the game the benefit of the doubt that maybe it'll surprise me and maybe we'll see what happens later. And now that we are accusing him so early, it's making me think that it's not him. But if we're accusing him of being masked, that might be wrong, and Ron or someone else might be masked, and he might have just done this one, and that would be the twist. But still, he's the most suspicious, so for now I still have to suspect him. And if he is the culprit, I'm never giving this game the benefit of the doubt ever again. I am going to immediately assume that it's the most suspicious person every time, which is what I do already, but this is just going to cement it if he's the culprit. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at her. Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atme. The truth is that you are, in fact, masked Damask. But Mr. Wright, this photo, it clearly shows masked Damask. Yeah? What's your point? Also, actually, I am now that I've remembered, didn't I request no masks in this game, no disguises, because of Justice for All, and they're like, oh, it was clearly him because he's wearing the costume. That bullshit again, and I'm like, I don't want there to be any costumes in the third game, and here we are with this, so at least we're getting it out of the way with Case 2. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed as the thief and stole the urn. At least this time it's not like a well-known character like the Steel Samurai, and it's like, well, it's obviously him because it's wearing the costume. In this, we're trying to figure out who it is behind that mask, so it's better this time. It's not a problem. That's why I didn't think of it till now. Wow, okay, buddy. Damask's MO is pure genius, and so am I, look at me, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I am impressed, Sir Lawyer. What? Witness, you're admitting it? I don't think that's what he said at all. Nick, now's your chance. Yes, time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. I mean, this is like the same length as the fucking first case, so it's not gonna end now. It's gonna be longer. Whoa, man! I feel like that probably would really hurt. That hit you hard enough to stick to your head. It's probably hot. And the cup would hurt, jeez. The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true. But Mr. Godot, Mr. Wright has made some very... Can he stay like that for the rest of the case? Or the rest of the trial? I will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of the whole cloth. Like, was he about to just admit it completely? I didn't think we were there yet, but he might have been, and now this guy saved him. Goddamn you. But it is, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork quilt, Mr. Trite. If this detective really is the thief, then show us the proof of your claim. Yeah, I mean, that's fair, we don't really have any of that. But it had better be as hot and as perfect as me, and as the coffee dripping down your face. Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there. This court would like to see this decisive proof you have, quickly. Huh? Oh, yes, of course. What's the big rush? Are you alright, Nick? Atme looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can. But can I really do it? No? The decisive evidence that proves that Mr. Luke Atme isn't, I don't think that's a thing that I have. I'll go ahead and just give you that answer. I could be overlooking something, but yeah. And I mean, pushing this wouldn't be like an automatic game over. If I'm wrong, it'll put me back on the right track. Maya will say something or something, I don't know. A man has to hold his head up high no matter how bad things get, after all. Ugh. I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion. This is no good. I've got to stay on the attack. Oh, was I wrong? I'll never get another chance to prove that this guy's the thief. Sure you will. Don't give up, Nick. Think harder and try... Oh, well, okay, I was wrong. I'm just not ready yet. But, are you going to just give up and let us lose this? So you've come to your senses, have you, Sir Lawyer? Well, I just need to present something else that makes him think that Ron isn't guilty for long enough to where we can come back tomorrow. It seems the cloud of suspicion surrounding this witness has lifted. Mr. Godot, if you have anything further to add, then... Is it Larry Butts? Is it Desiree? Who is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. What's up? Who are you? That doesn't really matter right now, does it? Mr. Light, what are you doing here? Nicky boy. The thing you've been looking for. I think I found it. You mean that bag? No, not the bag. What's inside it? Ah, that's what I said when we saw the bag. I said the urn was in there. Although, is that glue? Is it pink glue? Is it just patched up? And it's fixed? It says Ami. They fixed it? Or it's a fake. That's possible. If that was in his bag, really, then that makes it seem like he's not guilty for finding that out this early. Order, 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 you, madam! That urn, where did you find it? You'll never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective, Luke Atme. Oh, Desi, you're the best! Okay, maybe, maybe not. Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Atme? At least they are doing a decent job of making him so damn suspicious that I am doubting myself. Because, I mean, we found the urn in his bag, apparently, maybe, so that just makes it so suspicious that I am doubting. Even you are going to have a hard time weaseling out of this one. Objection. This dude's voice is awesome. This guy's cool. I like him. Ah, pathetic. Mr. Godot, do you have something you wish to say? Yes, Your Honor. It simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad. You're still denying that Mr. Atme was involved? Before casting aspersions. Aspersions? At Detective Atme, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree. Desiree Delight, is that correct? Yeah, I mean, you can't just have somebody walk in and be like, oh yeah, I found this there. There's no proof. Phone? How about fucking die? Christ, anyway. Every time I sit down to record. The lengths that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring. What are you insinuating? What he just said. As the wife of the criminal, you could have discovered that stolen urn anywhere. Including the office of the good detective here. And you know, I made a big deal about the coffee being pitch black. I guess coffee is often, like, you know, black. I don't drink it, so I don't fucking know. I just think of it as brown. It certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it. What? I just brought it here from the detective's office. Yeah, but you can't just say that. Please, madam, this town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy we have been witness to. You're wrong. I would never do such a thing. Mr. Light. Please, Nicky boy, you've got to help me talk some sense into these people. There must be some way. I've got to prove that urn was actually in the Atme Detective Agency. I did see it. It's not really gonna do it either, though. Fingerprints on the urn. We'll give that a shot. I can prove where the urn was. By the fingerprints on it. Fingerprints, eh? Oh, come now. Hello? Now you're really making me laugh, Sir Lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. Why would you need to touch it? In any case, I'm always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything. What about it, Mr. Wright? This witness's fingerprints would mean nothing anyway. Nick, what are you going to do now? It was in a box at the basement. It wasn't out in the open. It was in a box, so you wouldn't have touched it. I've come too far to turn back now. Atme must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday, and there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. Oh, okay. Someone else. Who's not him? Who else? How old's this guy? Oh, we don't know. Huh. He seems to know me somehow. Does he? I didn't get that impression at all. Have I not been paying attention? Okay. If you say so. I mean, I want to just say, obviously Luke at me, but apparently I'm supposed to choose somebody else. If he brought it back to the office, somebody else's fingerprints should be on there. None of these people make any sense. The only other ones who have been to his office, as far as I know, are us. Pearl was there by herself for a little bit. Her and me. None of us touched it. So... what the fuck? Who am I supposed to say here? None of these people make any sense. No. Obviously I can't say Ron. Can't say Mask, and I'm not supposed to say him. Gumshoe? No. I must be, like, forgetting something here. The fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. I mean... I guess? Because I was there, but I don't... Am I just gonna say this to get them to check for fingerprints? Do you recall the events of yesterday? Hey, Nick, come on, open it up. Oh, he did open it, but I didn't think he touched it. We can't just open his private property. That's right, I forgot that he did open it. Because didn't he not see exactly what was inside? He just said that it was hard. Okay, so yes, you see, when he said it like that, when he just described it without saying what it was, I thought he felt it from the outside of the bag. I thought that he touched the bag and could just tell. I didn't know that he opened it and reached inside and touched it without even actually looking at it. So, okay, I didn't realize that he touched it directly. I got it. We're good, though. We cleared it up. We're fine. Why would you reach in there before you look? I did touch what was inside, for some reason. For plot convenience, really. That's it. And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard. Yeah. What? Well, that was just... Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. If my fingerprints are... I hope this gets them to accuse Phoenix. Like, your fingerprints are on there, you stole it, and then he's on trial next. That'd be good. Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put there, does it? Plus, I've dealt with that thing before, yeah. What did you say? Not what I said, it's what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition, said. I polished it until it was just about glowing. Ah, I see. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable. Right, that would have been the only opportunity I had to touch it. If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it after that was... yesterday at the Atme Detective Agency. This blend, Godot blend number 107. I've decided. It's a little too bitter after all. Whoa, dude, you might want to get that thing adjusted. It's going to blow your head off. Take your hand out of your pocket, sir. Thank you. Anyway. Order, order, order. I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn and... Wait! What? No. Wait a moment, Your Honor. There's no need for that. Are you gonna confess? No need, you say? Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn. Is he gonna accuse me? I hope so. I don't know why, but I do. I've finally broken him down. He's gonna do it, right? He's gonna say that it's because I stole it. Take a good look, everyone. Yep. My god, dude, oh my god, look at the blinking and the mouth twitching, oh my god. Holy shit. Here I am, the tragic clown. Oh, don't bring that up. Ew, flashbacks. This guy is nuttier than a fruitcake. Are fruitcakes nutty? I thought I would assume they were fruity. I can't say I've ever had one. You see, it was me all along. What the fuck?